Hey, what is going on guys, and welcome to a new upcoming games video. Today we're going to be looking at Scum. This is an early access survival game that will be coming this year on Steam. Now I know as soon as a lot of you heard early access survival, that turned you off instantly, and trust me, the same has been happening to me, and it's gotten to the point with me where I won't even give games a chance because it's an early access survival game. So I hear you guys there, trust me, I know how you guys feel, and I feel the same. But I did see this game and I did, I was interested in it, to be honest, and I did want to make a video about it, get your guys' opinion. So let's do this, let's get into it and see what this game is all about. The world's unquenchable need for entertainment has turned towards bloodlust, as entertainment behemoth Tech One is set to premiere Season 2 of its television sensation Scum. This new season moves the contest from the rugged, enclosed Alcatraz sector to the full grandeur of Banlieue de Cayenne, an island with a sordid history of violent incarceration. Both fan favorites and new prisoners will clash in a ruthless war of survival while battling for the support of viewers, producers, and corporate sponsors for fame, gifts, and a chance of life after death. So basically you're a prisoner fighting other prisoners on this island. The game does have single player, multiplayer, and online co-op. Players will balance base level needs with knowledge-based skills to manage everything from nourishment, metabolic rate, and body mass to weapons, proficiency, combat style, and security system hacking. Okay, so I'd have to say the story is pretty basic story for a survival game. If you've been playing survival games, this is a typical one where you're on an island and you're fighting, in this case, other prisoners to survive. So that wouldn't really be the special part about this game for me, but what it is special is the amount of customization, features, and how good the mechanics in this game look, and that's what I'll be focusing on in this video. Also, the graphics are not too bad either. So what you just saw there was a bit of the attribute system in Scum. Now this is a pretty huge system in the game that will affect how your character will perform and react in the game. Each attribute will define that. So there are 4 main attributes: strength, constitution, dexterity, and intelligence. The attributes can range from 1 to 5, number 3 being a healthy value, while other numbers indicate that there is some aspect of the character above or below average. The player has a fixed number of points to distribute between the attributes. During the game, these attributes can be increased or reduced for a limited period or even permanently if the player gets wounded, falls ill, or is drugged. So a very cool system in this game. I do like the idea of this, and let's get into more detail about these attributes and talk about them. Okay, so starting off with the strength attribute, this refers to the performance abilities that require a certain amount of strength. So one of the things that this does is it defines how much weight the player will carry without being slowed down. If the load capacity is exceeded, the player will perform at a slower pace. It also defines how fast the player is able to move a heavy object. If the objects are simply too heavy for the player to move them, he or she will not be able to perform that action without the help of other players. This also defines how much damage the player will inflict on his or her opponents during melee combat. Bigger strength means more calories that the body burns on a daily basis. So that's also something to keep in mind for this attribute. Next, we have the constitution attribute. This refers to everything connected with physical endurance and stamina. It defines how much health points the player will initially have. A better constitution means more health to begin with. It also defines how the player's body will handle stress, pain, poisons, weather, shock, and physical damage. A better constitution means that it's less likely for the player to get hurt. Lastly, also defines endurance, how fast the player will get tired. A better constitution means that the player will be able to outperform other players in all tasks and will also restore his or her energy faster. Higher constitution means that calories are spent more efficiently and calorie consumption speed is decreased. Now moving to dexterity, this attribute refers to everything connected with the speed of movement and reaction in general. It defines how fast the player can move, walk, run, and sprint, defines how fast the player can perform everyday actions such as crafting, eating, reloading a weapon, etc. Also improves the chance to perform complicated actions such as surgery, fixing electronics, and more. Last but not least, we have the intelligence attribute. This refers to perception and the capability of performing tasks successfully. Improves the chance for players to hit the aim target. Higher intelligence attribute adds additional skill slots, and higher intelligence attribute helps players to learn skills faster. So what do these attributes look like combined? Well, we have a few examples here. So let's say you start with 12 points to distribute over your character for attributes. So you put 5 into strength, 5 into constitution, 1 into dexterity, and 1 into intelligence. And this is your typical tank. This character will move and think with the same speed, slowly, but when it comes to brawling, he will be hard to beat by most of the other players. These characters will be recognizable by their sheer size, usually with well-defined muscles. Another example we have is a character that has 2 strength, 2 constitution, 4 dexterity, and 4 intelligence. This is a weak character who doesn't rely on his muscles to get him out of trouble. He uses his wits and his speed of reaction to resolve problems. Although he will not be able to do much melee damage in brawl, he still has a good chance to inflict damage with knives or some other lighter weapons. These are the thin and lean characters. Our last example is a character who has 1 strength, 5 constitution, 4 dexterity, and 2 intelligence. This is an example of a fast character with excellent stamina. He will not only be able to sprint faster than most players, but he'll be able to do it for longer periods of time. And here we have a good example of what we were just talking about with the attributes. Here we have 2 different players with different attributes, and you can see an example here of how that affects how the player moves and also how fast they move. In this clip, we're looking at the dynamic inertia system in Scum. Now this game has an amazing system that makes the movement natural and realistic. You can see an example of it here, and most of the games that we play currently are more like the example on the left, but you can see in Scum, with the inertia system on, the movement looks way more natural and realistic. The combat system so far in this game looks quite impressive. It looks very fluid. There is a full video on it, and I will be linking their website down in the description. You can find this video on there. The combat looks very fluid. You can see there all the animations and the hits when you're hitting an enemy, and as they're blocking, it all looks very, very good. There's the effects, also blood and stuff like that. You can see that this character has been hit obviously on their face. So very cool combat system in this game so far, very good melee system, and there is obviously different levels with how good you are with the combat. That also depends on what your attributes were on the character. Bears and other animals are also in the game. You can either choose to fight the bears or just run. There is also a rifle skill. The skill indicates how familiar the character is with usage of rifles of any type, and the skill is not only used for firing, it's also used for fixing or maintaining the rifles. There is also a pretty advanced stealth system. Now more information will be coming out about both the rifle skill and the stealth skill, and more information about the game in general that I will be sharing with you guys in future videos hopefully. If you are interested in this game and you want to see more videos about it from me, do let me know down in the comments, and I will work on getting more videos out for it. It's a game that I'm interested in and that you might be interested in after watching this as well. So let me know down in the comments your opinion on this. Here's a last clip showing the stamina and an infected as one of the characters fights them, and you can see the stamina going down there as well. Hope you guys have enjoyed this video. This has been an upcoming games video on the game Scum that will be coming later this year on Steam. Thank you guys for watching. Hit that like if you enjoyed and subscribe if you are new. We'll see you guys in the next video.